Hey, Frank.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, can I see you in my office for a minute?
Sure. Hey,
Okay, guys, we're going to get into a little discussion here on Christmas Day. First, we're going to touch a little bit on my thoughts on religion. A lot of people have been doing these videos lately about religion, about being atheist, about being this, about being that. I'm not going to sit here and call myself atheist. I'm also not going to sit here and call myself Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, anything like that. I'm going to sit here and call myself a human being, and being a human being, to think one way and believe that that one way is a set way is pretty ridiculous in my eyes. From the age of a young kid, I realized that no religion had all the answers. That no one set way is the only set way. Like when you're doing something, like you're fixing something, is there one way to do it? There's usually a couple different ways you can go about doing anything. The same shit relates to religion and things of that nature. So, in my eyes, all religions are correct. It's all what you believe, And I honestly don't believe that any Christian believes every single thing that comes out of the Bible. And if they do, then that makes them pretty well brainwashed and doesn't make them too human, if you ask me. There's things I disagree with in every aspect of life. And that's because I think freely and I have my own opinions. I'm a juggalo. There's things that I don't agree with in the juggalo world that I'll stand up against. There's things that I do agree with. It just so happens I agree with more than I disagree, so therefore I'm a juggalo. It's not a religion, but it's damn well close. My family, I believe, was Catholic growing up. My mom really wasn't a churchgoer. Neither were any of my close relatives. So my aunt was pretty well. I think she was Christian. More like a mix, But for the most part, I honestly just think you could look at every religion and take a little bit from each religion and use that to better yourself. I don't believe any one religion's completely wrong, and I don't believe any one religion's completely right. And I don't think calling yourself an atheist or agnostic or whatever, somebody who just doesn't believe, period, is too smart either, considering the fact that you don't know everything. A lot of atheist people tend to believe that this world is all scientific and there's no... And I really can't speak for them, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that's what they all believe, but it just seems like they all have a simple and straight answer for everything, that there is supposed to be one way and one straight answer for every single thing. And to be honest, like I've said in previous videos, we're on a ball stuck in the middle of nothingness. No one knows why we're here. No one knows for what reasons. All that we can do is speculate as to why we're here, what this is. We call it space because that's what we know. We were brought up to know, the outside of the earth as space. We were brought up to think that these things that we're on are planets. And we're brought up to believe that we're in a universe. But, there could be a bigger or smaller theory to all of these things. It could be much more than we believe. It could be so much more, or it could be less. We could be on a piece of dust floating in somebody's house. That could be our universe. I mean, for all you know, we could be, a piece of organism clinched to a dog hair in some other world, or we could be created by you know, some programmer on some other, in some other universe, or whatever you want to call it, somewhere else. You know, the questions always come back to, okay, well, if we were created by a programmer, then where'd that programmer come from? If we were created by God, well, then where did God come from? You know, if the Big Bang Theory is correct and the gases came together and everything and ignited and created the Big Bang, well, where did those gases come from? And where was the space? What was the space that those gases were in? Where did that come from? You can pretty much push your mind back all the way, and you'll never get the right answer. Now, is this because humans are incapable of thinking that far back? Were we programmed to not be able to think that much? Because it seems like every time a human brain reaches that point of thought, it pretty much ceases. There's no way to actually look past that. It's almost like when you watch the movie Truman Show, and he's floating down the thing, and he reaches the end, and his boat hits the end, and he realizes he's inside of something. You know, he could never have fathomed that and understood that. What's on the other side of that? And then when you get to the end of whatever's on the other side of that, what's on the other side of that? If things are endless and things are, you know, infinite, then, you know, where's the explanation? Is there any explanation? You know, dimensions, the theory of the tiny, and all these theories that people have, they're just theories. I believe myself and personally that anything's possible. You know, you see wizardry and you see magic and you see ghosts, paranormal things, and UFOs and people from other planets, and us being maybe generated by some kind of supercomputer on some other planet. You know, maybe we're just a creation, maybe we're just a test, maybe we're just a million things. I mean, I can sit here and list things all day long of what we might be. But while we're here, we're obviously not getting any answers right now. And like I said, you know, it just seems as if when the brain gets to that point, they say you say, well, what was before this? What was before that? You can't really even think about that, because we weren't, it's like they didn't, whoever created us, if we were created in fact by something, it seems as if they left that part out of us. Like they gave us free thought, they gave us, you know, free will, and they let us do what we want, but it's almost like they won't let us think that far. They won't, it's like your brain comes to a wall and it won't pass. It's like our thought is limited. It almost seems like our thought's limited. Everybody's had this feeling once in their life when they're discussing things like God and creation and where we came from. Everybody draws themselves back to that one, you know, that wall where you just don't know. And, you know, that's the beauty of living. And if we did know, we might not even want to be still here. I mean, if we knew the answers to everything, you know, would we really... Would that make our lives any better? Probably not. We wouldn't have, I mean, we know exactly what we're doing here. And I don't know if that would give people more drive or if we just kind of give up. You know, so religion is a good thing in that it gives people hope. You know, and a lot of things don't give people hope, you know. It's a good thing in that thing. And then it's also not a good thing because it divides people. I mean, religion, in my eyes, has done nothing but divide people into groups. Same as society has been doing to people, you know, for eternity. Everybody's divided into rich, poor, young, old, black, white. I mean, you know, good, bad. Everybody, you know, or do you smoke, do you not smoke? Everybody's in this genre. Everybody's in a subculture. Everybody, you know, has their own niche. And you fall into that bucket, and then you're labeled with the rest of them. You know, I try to stay out of that bucket. I try to keep on the, you know, the solo tip. You know, so I have thoughts that, and I'm pretty sure a million other people in the world think the way I think. And see, that's the thing. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, well, we're so different." You know, we're so different. You know, because I'm a juggalo, I'm different than everybody. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm not different than freaking anybody. I'm not different than a gay kid who listens to freaking Justin Bieber. Me and him are the exact same. We breathe the same. We have the same blood. We have the same genetic makeup. You know what I mean? We are from the same planet. We're going to live this, not the exact same life per se, but we're going to live on the same earth, and we're going to go through the same trials and tribulations. All of us are human beings. We're all connected. That's one thing that people tend to overlook. Racist people, KKK, Nazis, black power, whatever it may be, everybody looks at each other like they're different just because my skin might be different, or or I might talk different, or I come from somewhere different than you. Bottom line is no, we don't come somewhere different. We are all brothers and sisters on this planet. And that's one thing that if we don't ever realize that and really start embracing that, we'll never ever be able to progress on this planet and in this universe. If we ever expect to, travel to distant stars and meet other civilizations and do things and move on from where we're at, we need to get our brains. It's like the old saying, you can't love someone else until you love yourself. And as you can see on this planet, we do not love each other. And that is the big problem with this world. We need more love, we need more peace, we need more friendship, we need more family, we need more unity. These are the things that we're missing. This is my Christmas speech. This is my Christmas message. Because it's something that, us as human beings overlook way too much. Let's stop trying to separate and start trying to unite. Because there's nothing different about any of us. We all go to sleep at night. We all wake up, drink some coffee. We all do the same things. We're going to have health problems. We're all going to die. You know what I mean? We all are here together. I'd hate to sound like some, peacemonger guy who wants everybody to hold hands and go home, but in a way, it would be a beautiful thing to see the world come together. And then we can move on. But until we come together on this planet, we're never going to be able to move past, we're never going to be able to move on into the future and really start to take hold of what we have ahead of us. Because really, we're in the age where, we're moving out. We're going to start moving out into the solar system, into the other planets, and we're going to end up meeting other people out there. Can we handle that? We don't love ourselves. How can we trust anybody else? How can we trust them? We can't even trust ourselves. You can't even leave your car running in the city anymore without thinking somebody's going to steal it, or things of that nature. It's just, things have gotten bad, but there is still hope. There's hope for humanity. I promise you that. I know. You may not think I do. I may be, some guy who has 400 subscribers on YouTube, but I may be more than that. Merry Christmas, everybody. And just take some of that in consideration. You see somebody needs some help, help them. You see a guy standing out in the street with a bucket, and it says, whatever it says, cancer, whatever, throw him $1. What are you going to do with that $1? What does that $1 really mean anyway? Just, do right. That's religion. And it doesn't have to be, that's another thing, religion is religion, but I know people who aren't religious that are good people. You don't have to be religious to be a good person. I'm not religious. I mean, yeah, I study religion, I read about religion, I believe in some aspects of religion. And if there is a religion, and if there is a God, he'll understand why I question so much. God is understanding if he exists. This man or woman or entity is an understanding thing. They get it. If you don't want to submit yourself to one thing and say, I'm Christian, I'm this, I'm that, he's going to understand that. Okay? I mean, in this day and age, on this planet that we live on, it's kind of hard to put your trust into anything. What you need to do is just put your trust in yourself. Your instincts, the way you think, the way you feel, the things you feel strongly about, act on those things. If you feel strongly about something, then that's what you need to that's what you need to believe in. Whatever makes you feel good is what you need to believe in. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to do this or do that, or you're going to go here, or you can't do this, or you can't. No, it's not. That's not the way this world works. This is life. You get one shot at it. One shot. You're here for a brief spark that in this infinite universe isn't even a freaking pin drop. Isn't even a needle in a haystack. We're here for such a short time. The little impact that you make, you know, I'd hate to say it, but probably won't do much. But it doesn't hurt to try. That's why I put myself here on YouTube. I'm a needle in a haystack. That's what I call people on the internet. Every single one of you is nothing but a needle in a humongous haystack. And for you to be discovered or noticed in this haystack is very rare. You know, for 400 people to be watching me is a blessing. And I appreciate that. That's me touching on just getting 400 subscribers. I do appreciate that. And I don't care if I'm on here for 3 more years and I only get 5 subscribers in that 3-year time. I am going to be so appreciative to those 400 people and anybody who hits that subscribe button. You know, you're the reason why I come on here every day and speak my mind. Okay? So I just want to let you all know that. Merry Christmas, and you know, make some videos and subscribe and check out my other videos. I got contests going on and stuff, so go to my channel and check all that out. I'm a little sick right now. I don't know if you can tell, a little congested. But have a happy holiday, great new year, and a Merry Christmas. It's Testdummy 22, y'all. Keep it wicked.